Hi, hello, and welcome to the Lunar Lounge brought to you by Vertex of Abundance. My name is Serene Priestess Abossi. I'll be your oracle today, and I was sent to deliberate the findings for the full moon in Cancer, which is going to be the period between the 13th and the 14th, give or take about half a day. We already have the ascending energy here. If anything that is said resonates deeply with you, go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. We'll be deliberating the findings today from the Aleister Crowley Tarot, and we'll be imposing the guidance from the Thoth Tarot by Aleister Crowley. Also, we'll be using the Star Codes Astro Oracle by Heather Robbins and the Moonology by Yasmin Milan. You know, as I was tuning into the energies, I heard the song, "How could you just walk on by without one tear in your eye? Did you have the slightest feelings left for me?" Maybe it's just a way of dealing with the pain, considering everything between our rise and fall, like you never loved at all. So there's this hoping, wishing, praying, conjuring up some wounding from the past. There's a narrative. That's typically when a person's like, "Don't you like, a little bit of like compassion baiting or tone policing or concern trolling. It's not really individuality shaming or respectability politicking, but it is a little bit because, you should be other than how you are. You're not acting the way I think you should be acting. But also, it could be a way of acting out of the pain. Sometimes you just don't get chosen, or sometimes somebody chooses to move on without you. They choose to heal away from the path with us instead of towards the path, or away from the path with you instead of towards the path. And that's just what it is, what it is, what it's going to be, what it is, how it is, what it's going to be. And, a narrative is always going to get us into trouble. If something just is, it's not, it is because. And then boom, what do you need to release? Waning energy. It's the period after the full moon. And then confidence is the key to success because it's the end of a tough cycle for this other person. Full moon energy. There was hard work that's coming up around the corner after they get time to release, let go. But on our end, we're kind of looking to see the big picture. I also heard looking for signs. That's kind of bizarre. Okay, because we're also looking to put some new energy in action specifically. Is Aries energy also new moon energy? We are running the risk of having pride get in the way or looking prideful because we're contemplating, meditating, and we might be a little unskillful on how we parse and parcel out questions, inquiry, inventory, consideration, evaluation, examination, curiosity, investigation. We might be unskillful in how we do that, but at least we're doing it. So that's also something else because we're moving into that luck energy, whether it's Sagittarius energy, whether it's Newman energy, whether it's Jupiter energy. Things are becoming expansive. We're also having divine assistance in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. But we're coming up against the need for practicality because there's like the someone, probably not us, has a hope, a wish, a dream, an aspiration, maybe even a heart's desire. And that's also culminating energy. So cleansing, purification, and it's also Taurus energy. So solidification and foundation. We also have Taurus in the center here, but this is the full moon in Cancro, Cancer. Maybe it's just the way. Faith Hill. Yeah. You never look so good as you did that night. Okay, I'm way off key today. Underneath the city lights. Oh, that's some old school. There, walking with your friend, laughing at the moon. More Taurus energy, Torino. Taurus energy. Here it says cultivate. But it also is the system, structures, foundation, theories, techniques, technologies, main mechanisms, methodologies, policy, protocol, procedure, rules, restrictions, regulations. It's things that become organized, therefore becoming crystallized, therefore becoming concretized. Things that become a foundation. The mystery here is that before we have Torino, we have La Imperatore, Aio, Aries. And that's when you have hunter-gatherer energy. So somebody leading the tribe onto the next, onto the next, onto the next, onto the next. Here, we now have not hunter and gatherer, but we have tribal. It's a tribal, not just hunter and gatherer, but it's a tribal society. So society means socialization, customs. In order to have customs, you need culture, which is the lover's card, meaning to cultivate. How do you make out of the system, structure, foundation, the environment, surrounding location? This requires values, things that we hold on to, things that we release. Neti, neti, not this, not that. Iti, iti, this and that. So, what is the finest, most refined, distilled aspect? And what is the higher connecting energy? What permeates, penetrates, perpetuates throughout all existence? What might go from generation to generation? Torino. What might go from lifetime to lifetime? God duties, obligations. What is here in the now? What is the system structure? What can we test with repetency? You know, what outcomes could we discern repeatedly? That's what I'm getting. Yeah, symbiosis, future, nurture. Yeah, what energy do we need to put in that's going to yield and return some type of results? So, with the full moon being in Cancer, that's about the mother, the home base, the heart, our private space, the home where we go for peace and security, where we retreat from the world to gain insight. And here we have the moon. Perception, which is not perspective. Perception is how things appear. Objects in the rear view mirror, they appear closer than they are. Objects in the rear view mirror, they appear closer than they are. They are. I don't know where that's coming from, like childhood. Dang, that came right back. Yeah, objects in the rearview mirror, they appear closer than they are. Yeah, that's old school. But perception is different than perspective. So things as it is, how they is perspective. But when you see things as you are, what they are is what you are. That's perception. So when the mystery is revealed, it's not so much about the initiation into said mystery. It's not about the mystery being illuminated, elucidated, enumerated, transmitted to one person. It's about the person's capacity to perceive the perspective of said mystery. When you can see not just at or through, but beyond into, that's a different story, another story. So there's surface level, there's superficial, and then there's below the depth. That's what we call of depth because it's a mystery and you don't perceive the mystery. I'm getting the eighth house. When you see me, you need to on your reflection peering back at you from me in order to stand. And this is, everything has a mystery, and I reveal the mysteries. So to see me, excuse me, I'm gonna get a drink. Okay, we had to hydrate. I don't know how much you can hydrate with the coffee drink, but you get the point. Okay, so we need to perceive a mysterious relationship that we have. It might be with another person, place, or thing. I don't think so. I think we're getting a divine assist, which means The world is not, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we is. Because it's not happening to us, it's happening for us. That's what I'm getting. And if there's a full moon in Cancer, what we're going to do is begin to move out of a cycle where we were nurturing things. We're releasing karmic things that we were nurturing. There is some kind of, it says here investigate, but it could also be ingest, take in something that where there's discomfort, where we have to kind of sit through, peer through, process. So Torino, we kept getting Taurus, and now we're getting the second house as well. Here it says resources. It could also be values, first house, arrival. Because in solar comp, some kind of clarity about something that we investigated or ingested. So where we've been spinning, because it's the eighth house, eight is where it's galaxy, or where you're investing your time, energy, effort, attention, sometimes money. You know, invest, ingest, investigate. Those are all kind of similar sounding. And that just, it keeps coming through. Objects in the rearview mirror, they appear closer than they are. Objects in the rearview mirror, they appear closer than they are. So sensitized, becoming aware, perceiving beyond the mystery, perceiving into the spiritual. And then Pallas Athena. So we're beginning to think, we're beginning to prospect, we're beginning to plan, we're beginning to understand how to set up the basis, the foundation, the system, the structure, foundation of a journey of spirituality that is going to yield some type of higher minded perception, which is higher minded perception is perspective. A perspective is something about multiple different types or aspects of something that was initially perceived. Yeah, because we're having visions are entering. We're ready to get a vision downloaded. Okay, so let's get in here, fit in here, see what we got going on. Oh, so we're on the journey towards some investigation. Yeah, the Hermit is investigation. And it's because we're gonna have some kind of creative new beginning and has to deal with growth, material abundance, Ace of Pentacles, but there's some type of repulsion here. There might be criminality, demon, there might be karmic hellfire, there might be conflicts, conundrums, crossings, competitions, contestation, challenges in some kind of way, shape, form, or another. What we're actually dealing with is learning how to secure our spot of Pentacles, but there may be some kind of attachment that we're releasing because we need to impose our will onto the universe, think about our power of manifestation, which means directing our willpower is yet to yield a result, or it would be the Chariot. So really, we're looking at our connection to abundance, our connection to favor, our connection to protection as well, because we're needing some type of discernment, and that's what this. So what we're leaning here is recognition. We already have the thing that we want. We need to perceive already being in union with the divine, that the universe is here lockstep with us. They're wanting to be of support. The universe wants to be a supportive relationship. Two of Cups, do it the Copa. What's going to happen is that whatever's on our mind is what is going to grow, is what's going to multiply. And if we don't have the right mind, if we don't have proper discernment, Queen of Swords, we're actually going to create more challenges. Five of Wands, we're going to be rather basic on that end. And this is the illumination, enlightenment that we need. That's also that we're ready. The stupid's kind of been beat out of us in a way, shape, form, or another. The Hierophant is telling us about policies, procedures, and protocols. Some type of practice or tradition, maybe some type of protocol going by the book, status quo. Yeah, so we had some attachments, maybe even a little bit of rigidity. Not in our boundaries and standards, but rigidity in our demeanor. And so that's being attended to. It might even be turning around with the Two of Pentacles, because something about the indulgence of time, Two of Pentacles can be the seeds of time. We're now beginning to move authentically, genuinely, sincerely. Maybe we're taking action from the heart. Our desires, passions, motivations are coming from the heart, our authentic, genuine, sincere nature, also from the soul. Because we're moving one with God, I'm also getting the order of the cherubim here. So protecting something sacred, maybe inhabiting a sacred space. We may be actually in prayer. We may be finally getting messages that have been given to us, illuminated, elucidated to us, transmitted to us that we weren't able or ready to perceive, to understand, to hear. Maybe something is finally appearing or finally being recognized. It's actually been there all along. So this is some of the pinnings of the culmination of some kind of cycle that we're going into. And the cycle that we're going into is one of purification and purging of old dated ideas. Like a spell is is breaking, a spell is lifting, a curse is breaking, and really it's a one of stupor. I'm hearing that sipping on some sister, sipping on some sipping on some sister. So we might have been drinking the Kool-Aid, we might have been stuck on stupid, we might have been illusion, delusion, confusion in some kind of way. Not the whole negate, you know, it wasn't a negative. It was more of a like we were in the process of healing and awakening. It wasn't that we were behind the schedule or a late adopter or a late bloomer. It was that we were working through something and our time wasn't up. We hadn't yet reached that exit on the freeway. It wasn't like we were one of the stories where we had been driving on the freeway and already missed our exit and we were stupid enough to keep driving instead of finding a way to turn around. It wasn't like that. We had just not gotten to the exit on the freeway yet. So we couldn't get off the road, off the highway. But that's come to a completion. Literally, the word with this is completion, also achievement. And that would have been just a couple of days ago. It's saying over the next 2 months, we're going to recognize this value, understanding, this clearance that we've been recently granted. We're going to begin to recognize that over the next 2 months, because there's a release and a healing and a retrieval on the soul level. Knight of Cups. We're also moving with authenticity. We're moving as a godly person. But it took a lot. Our foundation had to be rocked. The torre, the tower. Something needed to be torn down, torn apart. Broke down so we come around. After a breakdown comes a breakthrough. I don't know what's going on, but they're really communicating to me in songs. I'm a former cheerleader, so I have all those little pep, pep songs, and I'm hearing a lot of that. A lot of rah rah, a lot of hardy har. Yeah, so we were kind of crazy in some kind of way. We were a little bit maybe obsessive, compulsive, um, deranged, delusion, confusion, perhaps. There was something about us that didn't want to quit. But the solution has come out because we found God, or we found a spiritual teaching, or we found obedience to the divine, or we figured out our purpose, or we're entering the calling on our life. Some kind of abstract version of a combination of what I just said. So now we get clearance, another card for clearance. We're moving on, moving through, moving forward. Clearance, Six of Swords and the Three of Re de Bastioni. What is this? Bastioni, Wands. The Three of Wands and the Six of Swords are both cards of clearance. Any three or any six is a card of clearance. However, the proverbial bona fide clearance cards are Chariot, Three of Wands, and the Six of Swords. So we got it. We got it. We got it down pat here. It's saying that we finally know where to divert our energies, and we finally know where to invest our attention and our strategy, because something's coming in. I think things are starting to work. They're starting to yield. They're starting to pay off. Matriculation is what I'm hearing. Because there was some kind of revelation. It was shocking, or it dismantled something. With that dismantling came a solution, a resolution. Tower with the sun. But it came in kind of late. It was a delayed message, meaning it might not have been late, but it finally got to us. It finally made it. We might have just caught on. There can be a Libra energy here, mainly Libra Venus or Aries rising, which would be a Libra descendant. Now, if that's true, a lot of us would have Sun in the first house, meaning Sun in Aries is definitely true. There could also be a Sun in Virgo here. So if your Sun is in the first or the sixth house, this is relevant to you. We're about to change the energy here. And that came back. So something is behind us. We've worked out some problems we were having. And we really had to handle up on something. We had to kind of tackle an issue, tackle a problem, overcome something. It was a number of different facets of this moving forward into solution, into calm, into order. It took us a while to get out of disorder or out of dis-ease, maybe disease, maybe just a lack of refinement, a lack of grace, a lack of inelegance. I mean, a lack of elegance, meaning things might have been unrefined, disorganized, inelegant. Maybe we were second guessing, maybe we were refusing to leave, maybe the path didn't open up, maybe we didn't understand the pureness, the purity of our soul. Things have balanced themselves out, they came to alignment. Something was restrained. So there is a small energy here of us having been dealing with people or places or things that we shouldn't have been. With the Six of Swords, it could have been that we were around or surrounded by environments, places, environments surrounding locations we might not have also needed to be around. But we overcame this burden, ordeal, due to strength, courage, and wisdom. We found emotional fortitude. There's a Taurus rising here as well. And the Leo rising. So we are wanting to erect some type of foundation. We want a life based on the lessons that we've had. Because we need to incorporate lessons that came from the karmic causes that we had made. We were digging ourselves a hole, but we didn't die in it. We want to preach that to the world. So we might have had attachments to people that we didn't need to. And it wasn't that we were attached to these people in an unhealthy or enmeshed way. It's that it brought with it assumptions. It brought with us paradigms. It brought with it belief systems, these attachments. And that had to rewrite, reorganize, restructure our life, our mind, our body, our soul, our spirit. It needed to teach us. Our own kind of fundamental darkness, our own kind of shadow needed to teach us a lesson. God used our lower self against us to handle up on us. There's also a little bit of a divine couple here, King and Queen of Wands. I'm not going to pull out the love oracle, but I will check. So it's saying that there's some energy here of compatibility that's either under attack, under backfire, somebody's feeling guilty or remorseful of based off shame and regret. That time has come around a few times to bring somebody a relationship of passion, of charisma, of adoration, of fun, of esteem, and it was blocked or refused for good reason, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel here with the moon and the death card. However, we're needing to discern something because we want and we need to either erect some kind of foundation. Ten of Wands want to need King and Queen of Swords. I mean, King and Queen of Wands wanting and needing, and then the Ten of Wands to erect some kind of foundation. Ten of Wands to complete some type of ordeal, struggle. Ten of Wands, or it could be they're needing to express this flame that's being carried, or karmic weight, or some kind of load. That's the truth, by the way. Because somebody's either in their feeling Seven of Cups, or they're projecting onto the situation, or they're unhealed, unawakened. Yeah, I'm getting this song. You should have been more than a name on the door and the 33rd floor in the air. More than a credit card. Okay, that's Joni Mitchell. Swimming pool in the backyard. Yeah, a part of the arrangement. You're so free to be a part of the arrangement. Racing cars, whiskey bars, no one cares who you really are. You could have been more than a name on the door on the 33rd floor in the air. So you can be more than illuminated. You can be more than enlightened. You can be more than somebody that loses themselves to spirit. You can be more than somebody that gets tied down in some earth union. You can be more than projections and images, societal class. You could be more than part of the arrangement, part of the conditioning and programming, part of the colonization and controlling. You could be more. You could be more than a wife. You could be more than somebody's husband. You could be more than somebody's father. You could be more. You could be a demigoddess. You could be an archangel. Yeah. So this is about breaking out, breaking free, and this is about being chosen, and this is about it being the right thing to do. Justice card, Nine of Cups, in that position with the Sun and the Hierophant. That's somebody with their Sun in Taurus or the midheaven in Taurus. It also could be somebody who is the center of a large organization. That's the person with the most power because Sun represents authority, source. Because something here is hidden with the Moon card and the Empress. It means hidden talents, hidden beauties, hidden fertility as well, or fertility in ways that we wouldn't normally assume. That's why they call her Lady Luck. Not all abundance is material. There was some type of blockage or second guessing because we were desiring to have something yield brought to bear in terms of exercising a judgment, a decision, which required some type of Two of Swords discernment and it is being executed, exercised, because the death card is here. That's pretty strict, pretty exact, and it's what we're wanting because there's a knight of swords here. Want is the knight, need is the queen. Excuse me, desire is the knight, need is the queen, want is the king, feeling is the page. So there was some type of plan, agenda in the previous. And now we have Saturn and Taurus with the Taurus card here. So something's completing. We've mastered something. We've learned something. We know how to navigate and negotiate it. Because I'm hearing racing cars, whiskey bars, no one cares who we really are. I think this lady of the canyon. Yeah, this is our spot. This is a cozy, comfy. Also, something that we can celebrate. A prize. We're finally ready. So we have a union with the cosmos. Some type of divine protection is going to come because there's a new decision, or the decision has been that a new, like the restart button is pressed, but there's some caveats on it. We must go towards the divine. There's terms and conditions here in order for this energy to really work itself out, to really matriculate through. There's something that needs to be attended to, and it's energy that's building up here. It needs to be balanced and fair. We might need to even reach out and grab onto something that's already working, already building. We might need to kind of grab it by the horns and direct it in some kind of way, because since we're second guessing or protecting our energy or whatever, we're missing out on something. There could be Mars and Pisces here, but I think we need to take a stand and exercise some type of option, some type of choice. Otherwise, the decision's going to be made for us, because there is collective energy here that wants to believe about undesirability, uncapability, something of that nature. And right now, it's being quarantined. Again, so we're giving love to spaces and places we might not need to, or we might not need to anymore. Because behind this energy is something really atrocious going on, but it's not coming out and being bona fide. We're taking a stand to exercise new options that have been latent for some time. We've been confused or discerning, exercising these options. It's going to happen. There's a decision coming that shifts our eternal life, our immortal soul. It's also a revelation of some kind about how we co-create, collaborate, cooperate with the universe. We have a double three here. Yeah, there's something we're leaving behind, period, point blank, end of story. We're detached, we've outgrown, because we're around not really sinners. Well, they're sinners with that devil card and that seven of cups, but it's only because they don't know better. breaking free from, it's a group of people. It's not one person. And again, it requires more tinkering to really figure it out. It shouldn't be a wide sweeping. Okay, so we're concluding the reading. Yeah, we are moving forward. According to self-governance, self-mastery. We're feeling crafty, we're feeling collaborative, and we desire peace and security, Four of Swords. That's what we want, King of Swords, what we want. We desire some type of self-governance and self-mastery. And we're moving on through and to it. You should have been more than name on the door and the 33rd floor in the air. Okay, so 32 timeout. Something's being put on timeout because we're withdrawing our energy, and it is some kind of either ancestral or curse related to love. A curse is breaking. Stop racing around the clock, step inside and feel the magic and awareness of the oneness of nature. Time out. If you have picked this card, Spirit is telling you to slow down. Take time out from your busy schedule and the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Chasing the clock and getting yourself all caught up in the illusion of the time has been taking its toll on you, dear one. For now, you have been at war with time with statements like, I just don't have enough time. Spirit understands your hunger and desire to evolve as a soul and see the blockages that stop you. You see, the universe grants your wish on a daily basis by ensuring you do not have time. Your your words hold so much power, and as such, should be used wisely. Feeling as though you don't have time can leave you irritable, anxious, and drained. Recharge your body, mind, and soul. Step away from the stress of the ticking clock. Step outside the natural world. Smell the flowers, enjoy the sunset, and breathe in nature's beauty. Disconnect from the phone, computer, and TV and connect to yourself and nature's rhythmic cycles. So it's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. This is about withdrawing our energy in a way that actually is healing because we're stepping into a new. Okay. We're done with some type of karmic situationship where we were just not seeing what was in front of us because we were unhealed and unawakened, and the other side was a little bit deranged and delusional. Instead of speaking up, speaking their mind, we had to overcome and mature. And now we're kind of over the energy that we were hanging around. We're going to begin a cycle in a few weeks of creating new energies. It's been an honor and a pleasure to serve. Thank you for allowing me the privilege to do so. Like, comment, share, subscribe, leave a review, book a session, send a donation. Just a quick prayer to all those lost out there, to illusion, delusion, confusion, trapped in the seas of time, still navigating the matrix. May you be happy, may you be well, may you be at hope, may you be of peace, may you receive everything that you ever wanted, especially with what you deserve. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I pray that your steps are ordered and your path is illuminated so that you may return to the resplendent grace of the divine and universal oneness and unconditional love vibration. Take good care until we meet again, until we read again. Namaste, Dandava, and Ashe. Bye, everyone.